the first of our spooky segments here, House of Horrors. We're going to cover a little bit of the spookiest, frighteningly bad plays and performances that we have seen over the year. Tom, we'll start with you on this one. Give us your most horrific college football plays or performances of the year so far.
Most horrific's probably the Iowa loss to Purdue at home, only putting up 7 points, a team that held that glorious number 2 spot in the rankings for 1 week. 1 week. And Spencer Petras had a spooky performance. I think Halloween came 2 or 3 weeks early for him this year. Definitely not an ideal game. And yeah, I think that spooked out a lot of their fans. They went from potentially being in the college football playoff to now battling just to get a New Year's Six. I believe they're still top 10 in the rankings, but man, this defense couldn't carry them every single game. I mean, come on, guys. That's a spooky performance. And what spooked me out personally the most was week 1. Notre Dame going up against Florida State. And I believe that game went to overtime as well. Mackenzie Milton, I mean, the whole country is pretty much rooting for Florida State at this point if you're not a Notre Dame fan, which really hurt. But somehow came away with a win in that football game. For me, I'm like, holy shit, this Jack Cohn tenure is not off to a good start. Notre Dame season could be over before it even started. And I'm saying to myself, oh my God, please just win this football game, get off on the right foot to start the season. Those are my 2 spookiest moments. One that I think was probably a really bad moment for a football team, and one that personally haunted me and still kind of haunts me to this day these last few nights about football. It's been really weird.
Yeah, that FSU one was especially spooky because at that point we didn't really know how bad this FSU team was going to be this season. For me, going to start with this first one here, DJ Ungalele. Listen, he had to replace someone that he was never going to live up to the hype of, which was Mr. Trevor Lawrence, Mr. Hare, who was fantastic at Clemson. DJ is not that guy. He had 5 touchdowns, 0 interceptions last year in the COVID short season, which you're looking at, you're like, okay, that's a good season to build off of. This season, 54% completion percentage, 4 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. We're showing one on screen right now. A shovel pass intercepted at the line by Pitt, who went on to win this game. This is one of the funniest interceptions I've ever seen. Guy just paws it out of the air with one hand, takes it to the house. So yeah, if you're Dabo and Clemson right now, I'm looking at recruits left and right because I don't know if this is a mental thing with him or if he's just not meshing with this offense, but he looks really, really bad. Really, really scary if you're a Clemson fan, knowing that this guy is going to come back and be your quarterback as of right now, at least. So that's my first one. And then my second one happened just last week. We have this taunting call on Iowa State. This is probably one of the worst penalty calls of all time. Brett McMurphy took to Twitter just to call this play out. Here we see him making this run down the line. Beautiful catch. Gets to the 3-yard line, does one high step, that's it, and puts his hands up. He's innocent. Refs didn't care. They threw the flag anyways. Touchdown came back. Everyone, I think, was livid, including fans. They get a little boo action there. Boo birds in the house, rightfully so. So those are my 2 most horrific plays of the season so far. Andy, what you got for us?
Before I get into mine, Brian, I have a stat for you.
Okay.
Dabo Swinney's record at Clemson without Deshaun Watson and Trevor Lawrence is 78-31. It's good for a 7.16 win percentage. Jim Harbaugh from 2015 to 21 at Michigan, 56-22, 7.18 win percentage. So without a superstar quarterback, Dabo Swinney, that record is worse technically than Jim Harbaugh. Something to think about. My spooky time, horrible plays. I'm going my first one. I'm going to one that I saw in person. The first college football game of the year, the first points of the year, the first points of the Brett Bielema era. A safety, ladies and gentlemen, one of the worst you are ever going to see. So I think we have it down here. If I play it here, so snap back to Blake Hayes, the punt all the way down to the 1-yard line. Cam Taylor-Britt for Nebraska falls over, throws the ball out of the end zone. What the hell is that? It goes out of the bounds at about the 6 or 7-yard line. Illinois players calling for a safety. Here comes the flag. They don't know. They're discussing. What the fuck are you doing? Like, what? I have never seen that happen on a play before. Like, you don't just throw the ball. That's not how that works. Like, that's not football. Horrific. Come on, man. That's bad. Cam Taylor-Britt, obviously Illinois here. You see a little Oh, he just slides into the end zone. He kind of freaks out and just take the. Oh, I mean, I guess you're gonna get a safety either way, right? I don't know, but just a bonehead play. What a way to start the year. 2-0, first points of the college football season. My second one. This one, it might be even worse. So, I mean, UConn is an absolute dumpster fire. This is from the Holy Cross game that they end up losing 38-28. I believe, is Holy Cross an FCS program?
I believe so.
Yeah. So they lose. They let Holy Cross hang 38 on them at home. They're in the huddle. They got a coach in the middle trying to get them fired up, just trying to get them just for let's get a little break here. And they want no part of it. This was like the first game of the year. Terrible. We cut to now. They're 0-6, and they are the biggest joke in college football. But I mean, as if they weren't at that point. But those are my two horrific, spooky videos that I bring to the table.